Howdy all, and here we go for Saturday's racing. I'm covering Newmarket and Haydock Park, while Caroline is over in Ireland for the Keeland Phoenix, one of the most important juvenile races in the European calendar. More of that later, but up at Haydock Park, I'm kinda sticking my neck out here and saying that the Dick Hearn is going to sweep Fron for Charlie Johnston. She won a Class 4 race here back in May with plenty of running in her and wasn't far off in third in the Coral Distaff at Sandown Park last month, just failing to see that one out behind a decent-looking Juddmonte Blue Bolt. Ollie Sangster's been in really hot form this season, so I can see why there's been plenty going down on Shuwari, who should come on for the run at Kempton and return to turf, while Arola, Queen's Reign and Sunfall all carry three-figure ratings. But I do think that Sweet Fronce has every chance. My nap goes in the Rose of Lancaster, next up at Haydock. I've got a lot of time for Hartam and return to this 10 furlong plus trip. He's the one to beat. He was closing in on Point Linus all the way through the final furlong in the Summer Mile at Ascot, although no one was catching Never So Brave in what turned out to be a cracker of a race. It seems to me that John and Thady Gosden's Detain has gone off the boil a bit since an excellent third in the French Derby, the Prix du Jockey Club at Chantilly. But if she can regain some of that form would be a big threat, while Royal Dubai scoffed at his outsider odds when taking the Steventon Stakes at Newbury, and any repeat of that puts him in the picture. Hartam, to go in now, returned to his best trip, with Charlie Appleby's military order to make a race of it alongside Royal Dubai. Now, over to Caroline for her next best.
Thank you, Jaysella, and here is my Saturday next best. In the big one, the Keeland Phoenix, there's just the 6 of them, but a really hot renewal we've got here. That said, it's Aidan O'Brien who has won this 17 times since his breakthrough success in 1998, and it does look that Ryan Moore has chosen Gstad as his chance to win the 18th for the Ballydoyle Yard. But I'm of the opinion that in True Love, we are seeing an exceptional talent. So that's where my colours are nailed. And watching the replay of the Group 2 Railway Stakes here the last day just confirms my thinking. So if Ryan Moore is going to win on Gstad, he's going to have to be at his very best. A 1-2 for Aidan O'Brien. But it's True Love for me.
OK, Caroline, we're all with you on that. Now, earlier on at Newmarket, in the Tattersalls Newcomers Fillies Stakes, there's just the 6 of them for this big pot. And, well, this looks a 3-horse race to me, with the Frankel Filly Proposal, the Sioux Nation Filly Xanthos, and Charlie Appleby's Dubawi Filly Al-Qaisia all lining up. Although the Frankel Fillies do come to hand quicker than the Colts, I'm guessing Proposal will be one for next year. So my money's on Al-Qaisia from the Moulton Paddocks Yard. Over the last 5 seasons, Charlie Boy has been bringing the juveniles home at a strike rate of 36% on the July course, and that's got to stand up to scrutiny by anyone. Now I've said that, Simon and Ed Crisford's Xanthos went for €1 million, so is obviously highly regarded, and with Oisin Murphy in the hot seat, will be fancied by plenty. All in all though, the young superstar jockey, Billy Loughnane, measures up to the best of them, so Al-Qaisia gets my vote. Back to you, Caroline.
Thank you, Jaysella, and at the Curragh, the Phoenix Sprint Stakes looks a very good race for the grade. I'm thinking that Bucanero Fuerte is going to be winning this before Adrian Murray sends him back out in the Flying 5 here next month. He's only been seen once this year, at Naas in May, where I think he looked just as good as ever, and this is a nice warm-up for that Group 1. Of course, track specialist Art Power is also here, but it's a worry to me that he's not been raced yet this season. And to be fair to Tim Easterby's star sprinter, he's not getting any younger at 8. So the lack of a run is a worry. Hope I'm not proved wrong on that. James Fanshaw's Kind of Blue hasn't shown me much in 2 runs this year. So Ger Lyons Babouche looks the big danger, with Vespertilio and my mate Alfie also on my list. Bucanero Fuerte for me, in what is a cracking little race.
Best of luck, Caroline, and to round things off for us on Saturday, we are going for a win in the Sweet Solera at Newmarket. I like Midnight Tango for this Group 3, seeing as she's just been running out of track in her last 2 runs over 6 furlongs, including here in the Empress Stakes. So, This step up in trip to 7 furlongs should be just the thing, and now getting Oisin Murphy on board, her 5th jockey in 5 runs, does appeal to me, though Charlie Appleby's Dance to the Music has also been getting plenty of support. Dance to the Music did win a pretty hot novice stakes here in May, but hasn't been seen since, so Midnight Tango's racing experience, with 4 runs already, should count for plenty. Sapphire Steps ran with something in hand at Newbury, so I've got her on my list too, but it's Midnight Tango to dance home for me.